This is Chrissy with traininggrounds.com, and today I'm going to show you how to create and manage your feed using FeedBurner. Now, if you're using a WordPress hosted or managed website, then WordPress does create a feed automatically for you, and you can see the video on how to find that address linked below in the description of this video. But I'm going to explain to you how to set that up through FeedBurner and why you would want to do that rather than just using the standard feed address that's given to you by WordPress. First, you should know that FeedBurner is a Google application. So if you have a Google account, such as a Gmail address or a YouTube account, then you can go ahead and sign into FeedBurner using those credentials. And an easy way to get to FeedBurner is to use the URL feedburner.google.com. That will redirect you here, where you will use your Google account or Gmail address to sign in. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And you'll be redirected to this page. And instead of clicking on the Claim Your Feeds Now button, I'm going to go ahead and type in the address for Training Grounds to just use the feed that WordPress has already created for me. I'll paste this in and add the feed at the end and click Next. And on this screen, you'll create the basics for your feed description, such as the feed title and the feed address. The feed address should be your company name or website without the .com, and it should be all one word because it will create a URL that is going to be yourname.feedburner.com. And the feed title, you can create something a little bit more descriptive, but it should be very short. I'm just going to stick with Training Grounds for the purposes of this video. I'll click Next. And FeedBurner has created my feed for me. My address is actually feeds.feedburner.com/traininggrounds. Now you'll see that there's a space in this URL, and that actually needs to be deleted. Anytime that you copy and paste this URL for your RSS buttons or to subscribe to your own RSS feed, make sure to delete that extra space. I'm going to go to the feed validator and make sure that this is actually created as a valid feed. Okay, so I'm going to paste in the URL. Again, I'm going to get rid of the space and I'm going to click check. And it looks like that is a valid RSS feed address now. Now, of course, the feed address is different than the WordPress address that is given to you, which would be yourwebsite.com/feed. And the reason that we want to use this instead of just the one that WordPress gives us is for a few reasons, actually. First, the one that WordPress creates for us only updates with blog posts unless we have the RSS Pages plugin installed on our WordPress. So only some of your updates for your site will be included in the feed if you use your WordPress site as a regular site and add pages as well as blog posts. The second reason that we want to use FeedBurner to create a feed is because FeedBurner gives us a lot of analytics that the regular WordPress feed does not. We can actually track how many people are subscribing to the feed, how many click-throughs to our site we're getting from the feed, and a lot of other analytic options that WordPress just doesn't give us. I'm going to go back to FeedBurner to show a couple of those. So once you've gotten this congratulations status message, we'll click Next. And you'll get more gusto from your feed's traffic statistics. I actually click on all of the options that we have because I want to know everything about my subscribers, where they're coming from, what they're doing, whether they're engaged in the content that I'm creating, and even more. The reason that we always want to track as many statistics as we can is so that we can customize the content and the updates that we're making to our subscribers. We want active subscribers, not just a huge number of them. We want people who are actually genuinely interested. And the way that we get that is by tailoring the content to them. So I click on all of the options and click Next. And now you have all of these options for customizing your FeedBurner. Now, if we're using WordPress, we want to pay attention to the self-hosted WordPress information. What this tells us is that we should install a plugin to our WordPress site to help us track all of the possible subscribers to our RSS and make sure that any update that we make to our website is included in our. If you want to, you can click on that and find out more information about the plugin. It's actually called the FeedBurner Feedsmith plugin. Now you can download it here and do a manual install on your WordPress site, but I really just copy the name and then go to my WordPress dashboard, click on Add New under Plugins, and then search for that plugin name. Okay, and then you can just install it and activate it. And you can see through this short description that it detects all ways to access your original WordPress feed and redirects it to your FeedBurner feed, because WordPress actually can create a couple of different feed addresses for you. It can create the /feed or /feed equals 123, a couple of different code options. And what this will do is it'll detect any way that a person is accessing your RSS feed and then redirects them to the FeedBurner feed so that you can track the analytics for that.